On YouTube. Thought I'd just give everybody a Camaro update here. As you can see, I got pretty much all the dashboard ripped out of my Camaro here, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to wire everything up. Right here is where my, you can see it or not, is where my BCM is. Right there's my fuse box for the BCM on the other side, and there's my big fat red plug, which handles all the power. We did successfully get the Corvette steering column inside of the F body, and believe it or not, the bolt holes managed to line up from there to over there. They had to cut these right here off on both sides here because I'm doing a custom dashboard. But yeah, I got that, and here's the airbag plugs. This is for the going to the clock spring. This, I have to get a new one of these because I'm not going to have this right here because my cruise control is right here now. My auto lamps and my turning the lamps on and my fog light switch and my wipers are right here. So the head's finally sold on eBay, and we got that all sold and taken care of on the LS that's back here, my 6.0. So I'm at the point where right now I'm starting to try to save some money for a lot of stuff I got to do to this car. I made some temporary mounts. I did have the dash cluster inside of the car, but I took it back out because apparently that plug is Corvette specific, so I had to kind of devise a way to wire it up. And yeah, so right now this all works here. I gotta go to the I gotta go to the junkyard and get a nut for my steering wheel because this was the old one when I still had the original F-body wheel and F-body column in. So when I got my column, it had some kind of goofy, I'll show you. It had that. Luckily, I had the original one that I bought with the older Corvette column where everything worked, and I was still able to use the F-body shaft that's way down along here. Now, what I had to do, though, is I literally had to beat this together. This is the Corvette column here, and inside here is the Camaro tube. So a lot of people, well, I don't know if you guys know or not, but these columns are made to be collapsible. So they're not welded in case if you get into a front-end collision, this and all of this doesn't come and impale you. So luckily I was able to kind of beat it apart, and in the middle here, way down here, there's like a plastic bearing. So, I mean, I didn't slide it right in. It took some beating with the block and everything else, but I was still able to make it all work. I had to notch this because my gauge is going to sit right up against here. I'm not going to have a vent over this side here. This is going to be like a gauge pod for whatever, probably my air fuel. So I mean, this is just gonna get, so on this right here, this is gonna get deleted, and I'm trying to figure out a way to make this right here look good. Like sitting like this right here looks pretty good. My start button here. And bear in mind, I have a lot of wiring to do, as you could probably tell. I still have to rip apart the whole ass end of the interior to get to the plugs that go back here to the back lights. I haven't messed with anything from behind the driver's seat here. From driver's seat here back, I just cut the harness because I just was in a hurry. And I mean, I'm going to have to rewire it anyway, so what does it matter? I go to the junkyard and probably find a Tahoe and rip the seats out of it, rip the harness out of it, and go from there and splice together what I got to splice together. Everything goes through that BCM. I do got to run another heavy duty wire coming into here to feed the, I want to run the original F-body fuse box right here. So that way that'll give me my fuses for my cigarette lighter and everything else. Right now the main goal is, this is a wire that's going to go to the gauge cluster to turn the lights, the interior lights on. For some reason there's 2 low beam control wires. So whatever, we'll make it work. One goes to the BCM and one goes to the multi-function switch, which, you know, this still works. If you saw that. See, there it is. And I cut this, and now I'm regretting it. So probably have to replace this, but whatever, no big deal, because I was trying to make it work with the Camaro cluster, but it's not going to work at all. Right now the game plan is we're going to have to set the old Camaro thing inside of here, and then kind of like right in the middle here, just cut it and get some clay or some foam or something and just kind of like model it where it'll look good, and then fiberglass it. So that's what I got, guys, and thank you for tuning in.